Hi, in this video we'll be looking at how to obtain the information about the graph of a function. That is, if you're given a function and then you're told to obtain some information about the graph, then we're going to look at how we can obtain such informations. Actually, most of all the things we'll be doing here, we're going to lay credence to some of the things we've talked about so far. Now, the very first question here says that you should verify, or probably you should check if the point 1 comma 3 all over 5 is on the graph. Now what this actually means is that 1 comma 35 means when x equals 1, then f of x equals 3 all over 5. That is what this coordinate that we have here, that's what it means. So what you're told to do is you're told to verify that is this true. So you want to verify that this is true, or you want to verify if it is true. Now to do that, I'm going to substitute x equals 1 into the function here. So when x equals 1, so I'm checking. So when x equals 1, we have f of 1 to be equal to, so the function here is x squared, so it's going to be 1 squared plus 2 divided by 1 plus 4. And then this is going to give us 1 squared is 1 plus 2 divided by 1 plus 4, and which is equal to 3 all over 5. So we have been able to show that when x equals 1, f of x equals 3 all over 5. So it's true. So we would say our answer is yes. So let's go to the next question. Now this one says, if x equals 0, what is f of x? So let's solve that too. So when x is 0, when x equals 0, so we want to find f of 0, f of 0. So anywhere we see x, we replace it with 0. So this is equal to, so we have x here, so this becomes 0 squared plus 2 divided by, you have 0 plus 4. And then this is going to give you, now 0 squared plus 2 is 2 divided by 4, which is equal to half. So it says, what is f of x? So our f of x is half. So the next question says, what point is on the graph, or is on the graph of f? Now according to what we derived here, what it says when x equals 0, f of x equals 1 over 2. So if you want to write this as a point, it simply implies when x equals 0, f of x equals half. So this is what you're told to find. So let's go to the next question. It says, if f of x equals 1 over 2, what is x? So the f of x we're given is, let's just write it here, so we just use as a reference. So we're given f of x to be equal to x squared plus 2 divided by x plus 4. So we'll be using this instead of scrolling the whole thing up. So it says if f of x equals half, so if this equals half, then we are told to find x. So let's make the substitution. So if f of x equals half, so this is going to be half equals x squared plus 2 divided by x plus 4. So we are told to find x. Now to find x, all we need to do is to cross multiply. So this one comes here, becomes x. So we have x plus 4. Now this equals 2 into x squared plus 2. And then when we simplify this, we've been going through the whole thing, synopsis of simplifying. So to make the whole thing short, the simplification of this equation here, let's do it anyway. We have the time, x plus 4 equals 2x squared plus 4. And then when we simplify this, we have 2x squared minus x equals 0. So let's continue here. So it says 2x squared minus x equals 0. And then to simplify this, what is common here? You observe that x is common. X is common here. So you could bring x out. So x into, so you have 2x minus 1. Now this equals 0. Now when you have two things that they multiply and then you have 0, it implies that either the first one is 0 or the second one, which is 2x minus 1, is 0. So this has been solved. So when you solve this, you obtain x equals half. So that implies that whenever we set f of x to be half, then it implies that the x coordinate must either be 0 or the x coordinate must be half. So that is the x. You have two values of x. So the next question says, what points are on the graph? According to what we have here, it says when x equals 0, then f of x should be half. So when x equals 0, f of x should be half. So this is the first one. And then for the next one, similarly, when x equals half, we should also obtain half. So half should give us a function value of half. So these are the 2 points on the graph. So it says what points are on the graph. So we have mentioned 2 points for them. So let's move on to the next one. It says, what is the domain of f of x? Sorry. What is the domain of f of x? Now the domain of f of x, like we can see here, f of x is in the form of a rational function. So let's write it here. We have f of x to be equal to x squared plus 2 divided by x plus 4. Now the domain of a rational function is actually a set of all real numbers excluding the number that is going to make the denominator to be 0. So in other words, the domain equals the set of all real numbers such that x plus 4 does not equal to 0. In other words, the domain is just the set of all real numbers such that x does not equal to negative 4. Then it says list the x-intercept, if any. Now you recall that to find the x-intercept, all we do is we set y equals 0. Anyway, you recall that the x-intercept is actually where the graph crosses the x-axis. Or we say the x-intercept is just the x value when y equals 0. So we want to find the x-intercept. So, y is the same thing as f of x. F of x equals 0. So when we set f of x equals 0 into what we have here, so what we'll obtain is going to be, we'll have 0 equals x squared plus 2 divided by x plus 4. So we want to find the corresponding value of x. So when you cross multiply, so you'd have 0 equals x squared plus 2. Or anyway, we could write it like x squared plus 2 equals 0. And this is the same thing as x squared equals negative 2. And this is the same thing as x equals the square root of negative 2 plus or minus. And anyway, you know that the square root of a negative number should give you a complex number. This should give you a complex number. So which is exactly not what we want. We don't want a complex number. So since we are having a complex number as the corresponding x value when we set y equals 0, so what we would say is there is no x-intercept. There is no x-intercept there. So let's go ahead and see if we can find the y-intercept. So similarly, to find the y-intercept, we would set your x to be 0. That's what you do. So since our main function that we have here is the function we're given is f of x equals x squared plus 2 divided by x plus 4. That's what we're given. And then it says we should set x to be 0. So when you set x to be 0, we want to find the corresponding value of y. So this is going to be f of 0 equals, this becomes 0 squared plus 2 divided by 0 plus 4. And then this is going to give you 2 divided by 4, which is equal to half. So this actually implies that when x equals 0, the corresponding value, or the value of the function is half. So this is going to be our y intercept, or probably let's say the coordinate of the y intercept. And that completes the whole problem. Thank you for watching.